Good morning student, myself Aman and I am going to start chapter number 11 and the chapter name is Modern Age in Europe Renaissance for the class 9th, the topic of history. So in this chapter we will study about the social, economic and political situation during the period of Renaissance. Between the period 14th to 17th century in the Europe, many changes took place in the history of Rome and Italy. For example, breakdown of the feudal system and rise of new social and economic order. And the most important change that took place in the history of Rome, that was period of Renaissance. The term Renaissance means period of transactional moments in the history of Rome. The term Renaissance means rebirth and revival of thinking. It means spirit of thinking independently, the spirit of thinking independently. It also created spirit of reasoning, spirit of inquiry, observation and experimentation in daily life activities. Because before the period of Renaissance in the Rome and mostly in the different part of the Europe, the people were living according to the order of a pope. But due to the existence and due to the development of the period Renaissance, people started thinking independently. It created spirit of observation, experimentation and questioning among the people and to live free from the control of any external agency or a power. So there are so many causes that was responsible for the period of Renaissance in the history of Rome. The first main and most important cause that is responsible for the Renaissance is the discovery of new trade routes. During the period of Renaissance, Rome navigators and explorers play a very important role in the geographical exploration and in the discovery of new sea trade routes to the different part of the world. For example, the Prince Henry discovered a new sea route to the Africa, Columbus discovered America, Vasco da Gama reached India, and Fernando Magellan, who discovered a new vast ocean, named it Pacific Ocean. So the opening of the various sea routes not only encouraged the trade but also created a spirit of thinking and spirit of adventure, inventions, discoveries and changed the mentality and thinking of the people. It also helps in exchanging the cultures, traditions, opinions and ideas among the different part of the among the people those are living in the different part of the world and change the thinking of the people, change their attitude, outlook of life. The second one cause that was responsible for the period of Renaissance and for the rebirth of the awakening among the people, invention of the printing press. In between the period of 15th century, the invention of printing press played a very important role in spreading the liberal ideas and opinions among the people of Rome and Europe. Because due to the invention of the printing press, it is possible to produce and distribute the printed material in a large quantity and in a large numbers. So many scholars and writers of the Rome, they print and their ideas, their thinkings and create a new spirit among the people and change their attitude of life and brought new awakening among the people of Europe. So next one is the impact of, so you can see the Renaissance painting. Next one is the impact of Renaissance. So Renaissance not only affected the social, economic and political life but also greatly influenced the other aspect of life, for example art, literature and science. So firstly we will study the impact of Renaissance in the period of in the field of art. So in the field of art, they started using a new artistic method. The Rome artists and the Rome workers and European artists, they adopted new artistic methods. For example, they use free courses for wall pictures, oil colors, wood cuts. They also study optics and geometry and human anatomy for to study the human gestures and expressions. You can see the Renaissance paintings, these are given in your books, and the most famous painting, the last super painting by the Leonardo da Vinci. It is a popular painting and famous painting during the period of Renaissance, that is painted by the Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was a great painter and magician and scientist, and within a few period of time he polished and refined his paintings and trained in mechanical arts. His famous paintings, Wagon of Rocks, The Last Supper and Mona Lisa painting, and new techniques. He used different techniques to give a real feelings, natural feeling in his paintings. The next one, the next painter, Michelangelo. He was also during the period of Renaissance, and he was a painter and artist and poet, and he mostly concentrated on the human figures. He depicted mostly human figures in his paintings, and his famous artistic work, Last Judgment and The Fall of Man, is a famous artistic work in the field of art. The next one is the next artist during the period of Renaissance, Raphael. He was a great artist of the Florentine school, and he spent several years in the service of Pope and in designing the Saint Peter Church, Rome. That is picture also given in your book, Saint Peter Church in the Rome. And Raphael spent most of time in designing the pattern and structure of the Saint Peter Church in Rome. The next one is the impact of Renaissance in the field of literature. Literature is also greatly influenced by the period of Renaissance, because during the period of Renaissance, the poet and writers and scholars used a local language in his writing instead of the Latin language. And in his writing, they mostly emphasis on the man is and his problems, and such emphasis gave a birth to new movement that is known as a humanism. Means they mostly focus on the needs of humans and the problems of humans. And the famous poet of that time, William Shakespeare, he was an English poet, artist, dramatist, and he is also known as a national poet of England and bird of Avon, and he wrote 38 plays, 154 sonnets, and in his paintings, in his writings, the poems and the plays and sonnets, he mostly expressed the emotions, thoughts, nature. So he is a famous poet and artist and dramatist during the Renaissance period. The next one, the impact of the Renaissance we can see in the field of science. Renaissance period is also known as the beginning of the modern science. So it is also popularly Renaissance period is known as a beginning of modern science, because the scientists of that time believed that science should be based on the experimentation, observation, inquiry, questioning. And even the daily work, we should use a spirit of questioning and inquiry. We simply not accept the ideas and orders of the Pope and other external agency or power. We should observe and inquire and use a thinking of and use a spirit of reasoning in the daily activities also. So famous scientist during the period of Renaissance, Nicolaus Copernicus, and he studied he gave a different point of view about the universe, and he described he was a mathematician and astronomer, and he described the model of universe, and in his theory he described that sun was a earth is not a center of earth, but sun is a center of the earth. And he also said that there is no one center of all the celestial bodies, means all the celestial bodies are moving around the earth and sun. There is no one center of all celestial bodies, and earth is not a center of the universe, but sun is a center of the universe. He also described that there is not a one motion of the earth. The earth has more than one motion. The first one is a rotation, second one is a revolution, and in the motion of rotation, earth moves around its own axis from west to east, but in the revolution, earth rotates and moves around the sun in a fixed path called a orbit. And his idea were challenged by many of the experts of the that time. So he is a famous scientist during the period of Renaissance. So in this chapter we have studied about the period of Renaissance, changes that took place during the period of Renaissance, and the impact of Renaissance, causes that were responsible for the Renaissance, the impact of Renaissance in the field of science, in the field of art and literature. Thank you.